Billy, call retract now.
Range operation. Go, clear to launch. Mercury capsule, go.
The date is February 20th, 1962, and America is about to do something that it has never done before. They will send the first American into space around the Earth to gain orbital spaceflight information. The astronaut chosen was small-town boy John Glenn.
The word astronaut was something new. We didn't even know there was such a word. There hadn't been that kind of word when I was a kid or growing up in Ohio.
John was raised in New Concord, Ohio, where his father ran a plumbing business and his mother was a teacher. As a boy, John would wash cars, sell rhubarb, and took a job of delivering the Columbus Daily Dispatch newspaper to earn money. At the age of 8, John flew his first airplane with his father and developed a passion for flight that would stay with him throughout his entire life.
Pearl Harbor occurred, and I had just received my private pilot's license earlier that year, and so I knew where my duty lay, and that was in the military at that time. The space program was just starting. When they put out their criteria, people they wanted, I seemed to have all the qualifications that they were looking for.
Through a series of rigorous training exercises, including mental, physical, and psychological testing, the first ever 7 American astronauts would be chosen. With the testing completed, John Glenn was a clear choice and was officially declared a United States astronaut. On that February morning in 1962, John Glenn carried the hope of NASA and all of America on his shoulders.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
Loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay.
Godspeed, John Glenn.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
John Glenn spent a total of 4 hours and 55 minutes in space, traveling at a speed of 17,500 miles per hour. At one point within the mission, John would witness a sight that not he or anyone listening at NASA could explain at the time.
This is Friendship 7. I'll try to describe what I'm in here. I am in a big mass of some very small particles that are brilliantly lit up like they're luminescent. I never saw anything like it. They're coming by the capsule, and they look like little stars, a whole shower of them coming by.
During the third orbit, the indicator light for the heat shield turned on. This was cause for extreme worry, due to the fact the heat shield was the piece of equipment needed to ensure a safe re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere that would keep the capsule and John Glenn from burning up upon return. NASA decided to cut the mission short in concern for John's safety and had him keep the retro rockets attached over the heat shield instead of removing them, which was originally planned. With John's safe return from his historic mission, he was met with adoration and cheers from all over the world. As his childhood sweetheart, one could only wonder if Annie ever thought she'd see this day as she grew up with John. His bravery provided NASA with unknown knowledge, such as the effects of weightless flight, radar tracking, communications, the effects on a person's blood pressure and heart rate, and so much more. With this new knowledge, NASA could look at creating more complex missions in the future and push America even farther ahead in the space race. But at that moment, John Glenn had lifted the country up to a whole new level. President John F. Kennedy even considered John a national treasure and wouldn't let him go back into space. During John's time away from NASA, he was elected into the United States Senate in 1974. Then, in 1998, when John was at the age of 77, President Bill Clinton sent John back into space on the Space Shuttle Discovery, making John the oldest person to ever go into space. Shortly after, the NASA Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio changed their name to the Glenn Research Center in honor of John in 1999. Later on, John would also receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011 from President Barack Obama. Then, on December 8, 2016, John Glenn passed away in Columbus, Ohio, at the age of 95. John's lifetime of achievements and bravery will not be forgotten soon. He was a man of great passion and dedication. A passion and dedication that led him to be a pioneer in the space frontier and become the first American to have ever orbited the Earth, which changed the future of space travel forever.